Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Boss Babe Business Show. I am your host, Katan, and today we're going to be going live and interviewing another amazing business owner that happens to be listed in our directory. However, before we go live, I would just like to prompt everyone that if you're watching this live, you can leave some hearts in the comments and you can let us know what state you're based out of, if you're a small business shopper, a small business owner, or both. And if you are watching this and you happen to be someone who's watching the replay, then you can hit hashtag replay. We are going to give everyone an opportunity to wind down and prepare for our show because we are starting a little early. So we're going to do our 10-minute countdown timer, give you enough time to get you some drinks, some snacks, and meet us back in about 10 minutes so we can start the show. I'll see everyone soon, and I look forward to starting the Boss Babe Business Show. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Boss Babe Business Show. I am your host, Katan, and today we're going to be interviewing small business owners. We're going to be talking about small business solutions and products, and we're going to be highlighting all the amazing brands that are listed in our directory. So what I'm going to do first is go ahead and shout out the brands that I'm representing this evening. My top and my skirt is coming from She Cute Boutique. They're actually two different sets. So I chose to go with these two different sets. And then my Kiss Gloss, which I thought was really cute. I love the red, but I think it's a little too loud for my eyeshadow. So I'm going to tone it down by putting on my nude Kiss Gloss and blending it with the color that I already have. So it makes it a little bit less bold, which I think is still nice. So this is a mix between the, hold on. Hopefully I got it all. So this is a mix. It's a blend of the red Kiss Gloss and the chocolate Kiss Gloss. You can find this at kissesbymonique.com. And then, of course, my hairstyle is coming from K Slade Beauty. So this business owner has two businesses listed in our directory. The first one is the Slade collection, where you can find her lipstick that I'll be trying soon and showcasing to everyone. And the second one is K Slade Beauty. And this is where you can go and get your hair styled and get it done. So this is a hairstyle that I got done about maybe 2 weeks ago. And it's been very comfortable. She parted it perfectly. I don't have any issues with it. I actually love it. And I've gotten so many different compliments on it. So sometimes I'll just wear it down like this. And just have it out like that. And then sometimes I'll just tie the back like this or put a scrunchie. I know some people put scrunchies. I don't really do the scrunchies, but I do this too. So the cool thing about this style that I just learned through the stylist is that these have the curls attached to them. But if you don't like the braids and the curls, she can just do the individual braids themselves. However, if you like the curls, but after you've been wearing the hair for a certain amount of time, if it's not real hair, the curls will start to loosen up. And maybe you just don't want to keep them anymore. You can actually cut the curls from the style and just have the braids. So how I usually protect this is by putting some mousse on it, even though it's not real hair. But it does help with retaining the style. But if I just decide, you know what, I want to lose the curls completely, you can just cut the curl at the top of the hair. She shows you how to do it so that you're not cutting your real hair, but it's actually quite simple because the curl is outside of the braid, not inside the braid. So it's very versatile. You can wear it that way. So that's how I do that. And that is from K Slade Beauty, based out of DeSoto, Texas. So if you're ever coming to Texas and you're in the DFW, Dallas, Plano, Fort Worth area, DeSoto, Texas is like close to the Dallas area. You can go and get your hair styled through her. So there you have it, everyone. Oh, and also, I almost forgot. My earrings are coming from Bling with Shell. So Bling with Shell is another business listed in our directory. And these are butterfly earrings. They're butterfly hoops. So I purchased them through Bling with Shell. I love butterfly earrings. And she knows that. She has a personalized styling service where you can go to her Facebook business page, tell her what kind of style you like, and then she will come back with items that match what you might like. Or you can even show her a picture of something. And if you show her a picture of what you like, she'll come back with items that kind of match what it is that you're looking for. So if you're someone that loves style and you really need a little bit of help with that, then you need to go to Bling with Shell. And if you love style and you just like to have fun shopping with someone else, then you might want to try out Bling with Shell too. And if you love style and you just don't want to do the shopping part. Some people love fashion. Some people love to look good, but they don't want to shop. Either they don't want to or they don't have the time, one of the two. And it's totally fine, no matter who you are. So if you're one that just loves how it looks, but you don't have the time to be doing all the flipping and scrolling and trying to find the items, then just go head on over to Bling with Shell. All right. So now that I've shouted everyone out, I am going to go ahead and start off by just announcing a couple of cool things we have going on. So as you all know, I'm the founder of BossBabeBlog.com, and at BossBabeBlog.com, we advertise small businesses. So I do have some free opportunities and resources that will be available today, as well as some income opportunities. So I'm going to start off with the income opportunities because I know we're all about that bag, making that money, and elevating those pockets. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. We got to get away from that culture of making people feel bad about asking what's in it for me. And that's what I'm all about here at BossBabeBlog.com. It's about knowing your worth and being treated right. So this next opportunity that I'm sharing is actually dedicated to business owners and shoppers who are either in my directory or not in my shopping directory network. And this is to get paid $25 every time someone uses your code to shop with us. So if you are a member of our directory, you can request a referral code. And every time you give someone that referral code, you get paid $25 per sale. And if you are not a member of our directory and you're a shopper or you have your own business, but you would like to become a sales associate for BossBabeBlog.com, you can get paid $25 per sale. Earlier, I posted a post on our in a couple of our communities, just asking how many people, and I'd love to see by a show of hands in the comments, how many people have worked hard for a business where they generated thousands of dollars or hundreds of dollars for that business over time, and you didn't get any commission for that. You were getting paid hourly wages. And even if you generated a lot of sales, if the company or the store didn't make their sales goal, you did not receive, an extra bonus or a raise, a yearly raise. How many people have had that experience? Feel free to let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear. And I'm going to share a little bit about mine. So I worked in retail. I started off in retail. I've been selling since I was 12. But at the age of 18, I was going to school and I was also working another retail job to have some extra funds for college. And so at the time, I started off at a retail brand because retail was what I was trained in before that. And at this brand, very popular, absolutely love the brand. I worked extremely hard. I was always raised that no matter what room you step into, you always give it 1,000%. And if you don't feel like giving it 1,000%, then step out of the room. It's just that simple. Don't blame other people. Don't talk about how you don't want to be there anymore. Don't point to the next person and say, this is why I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Just get out and leave. So it's your choice. And that's kind of the mindset that I've always had. And it has helped me a lot in business with relationships and also in personal life too. So I came into this place. I worked very hard as a sales associate. Within about 2 months or so, I got a raise and I ended up getting a little bit more money. However, during the time that I was working there as a sales associate, I started off at $9 an hour. And I'm sure that sounds normal for some people. However, prices are going up. So if you are still getting paid anywhere near $9 an hour, yes, we need to be looking at more ways to gain some income. Okay. So $9 an hour is what I started off at in the retail business. And I was number 13 in sales. I was ranking at top 13 in sales in the company, in the district. So to imagine that I'm bringing in thousands of dollars of sales for this brand, thousands of dollars. So many people were used to shopping with me. They would come in, they would just tell me what they were shopping for, and then I would already have their dressing room filled with everything that they liked. Some people would come in on my off days, and then they would leave and come back when they knew I was working. That's how much of a clientele I had established. Like, my clients just know, once I kind of get a rapport with you and I understand what your needs are, I already know what you need and I already know what you want, and I'm just going to do it. And you don't really have to do too much talking and, back and forth communication. Just come in, you tell me what you want, and then I just go do it. Even now, that skill has translated into my business with my design clients, with my coaching clients. You tell me what it is you're looking for, what you need, what your idea is, and I give you what you need, but I also give you what you want down the line as well. So that's just a good skill that I was great at. But just imagine making thousands of dollars in sales, sometimes in a day, and to go home with $9 an hour. And if the store didn't make the goal, then there was no incentive. So if everybody else wasn't selling like they were supposed to be, and I overdid my goal 3 times, it didn't matter. I wasn't making anything extra. I was still making $9 an hour. The reason why I'm sharing this story is because if you are someone who knows how to sell, you don't need or want anyone to hold your hand, you just want to make the money and go home to your family and enjoy your life, then you should become a sales associate for Boss Babe Blog. Why? It's a remote position. We are not going to micromanage. That's not my style. Don't want to do it. If you're working with me, you're partnering with me, or you're working for me, I don't want to micromanage. I want to tell you what needs to be done. I want to tell you when it needs to be done and what the importance is. And I want you to be able to do it. So if you want to be a sales associate, you can get paid $25 for every sale that you make. If I got paid $25 for every sale that I made in retail, oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Like, so many sales. It's stuff that I wasn't even trying to sell. Like, a customer walks in and sees me wearing an outfit and she's like, oh, I love it. Let me get it. Okay, that's a sale. And so if you're a member of the directory and you just want to get that referral, you can get it. You can get paid $25. But if you're not a part of our directory and you're trying to make some money and you're trying to get that money put in your pocket, come to the directory, check it out, become a sales associate. It's really simple. It's a remote position. You can work from home. You schedule your hours and you can make as much money as you want to, because all you need to do is understand the memberships that we provide, the benefits, and tell other people about the benefits and give them your code to shop. The most important thing is just that you do it with authenticity and integrity. So, of course, making sure they know exactly what they're receiving, making sure they understand that this is a final sale service, because before they've purchased a service, they should have already been able to see all of the benefits on the website, as well as get their questions answered if they have any. So making sure that you're doing that with integrity and the authenticity. And once you do that and just focus on that, you're just bringing in sales. You're just getting $25 for every member that you bring to the directory. So if you're someone that's good at sales and you know how to sell and you could do that, you could replace whatever sales job you have and start making $25 every time you bring someone. Think about it. If you make $9 to $10 an hour right now, whatever it is you're doing, imagine getting one sale in and making $25. All you got to do is make 4 sales a day, and that's $25 an hour. You worked for 4 hours. That's $100 in one day. Okay. There's nothing extra that you have to do. You don't have to wait 2 weeks to get paid or a month to get paid. You'll get paid as soon as the order is processed. And most of our orders are going to be processed around 2 to 8 business days, sometimes even earlier. And the money just goes straight to the payment of choice that we decide through your contract. So if you're someone that's a seller and you know what to do, then you need to head on over, go to bossbabeblog.com and fill out a contact us form, and we can answer all the questions you need. We can even sit down and do a one-on-one video call and discuss, expectations and things like that. There's no mandatory work meetings. One of the things that used to tick me off, okay, let me get into my little mini rant bag, was when I used to work in retail and they would tell us that we had a mandatory day that we had to come in. Like they would say, oh, you have to come in on this day when you were salary. And I'm thinking in my head, oh, this must be really important. This meeting that we're about to get on must be really important for you to make everybody in this district come in and work on the same day, regardless of their life and what they have committed to. When I get on this call and they start talking about put a blue dress on the mannequin in the window, like y'all couldn't have sent that in a goddamn email. That was my pet peeve. I need y'all to drop y'all's working pet peeve in the comments and let me know. But that right there, telling me stuff that you literally could have just put in an email and sent out, and we could have just read it and did it when we came into work, drove me insane. And not only did it drive me insane, but it told me that no matter how much they talked about wanting you to have a work-life balance, you don't genuinely care about me having a work-life balance. Because here you are telling me to come in on my off day to listen to you on a conference call that's going to last for 30 minutes to 1 hour. So I need to drive all the way up to my location and I need to listen to this conference call for 30 minutes to 1 hour to hear you talk about nothingness that I could have just waited to come in on my on day. And I got to the point where, baby, if I was off, I was off. And I got that call and they were like, it's mandatory. No. I had someone send me a text and they were like, hey, they're calling you on the call. They're asking for your name. They're saying Katan. Do you want to hop on and tell them? No, I don't. What are you doing? Where are you at? I'm at home. I'm in a crawfish boil and I'm going to stay here. I'm eating. I'm not leaving. And for some reason, they thought I was just supposed to stop what I was doing, living my wonderful life, to come up here and listen to you talk about putting a red dress on the mannequin in the window. Absolutely can't stand that. To me, what that says is that the upper management is not enforcing the idea of, number 1, delegation, number 2, proper communication, and number 3, proper follow through. Because if you do those things, you're able to have all of these things taken care of without you being in your business and without your leaders having to be in their business as well. And so that's my personal and professional opinion on it, because I've worked in retail for many, many years. I feel like time is so important. And so anytime you have an unnecessary meeting about stuff that you could have just told people and just followed up with them and held them accountable in the moment is like a waste of money and time. It is an absolute waste of money and time. Let me tell you how you hold somebody accountable without being a micromanager. Hey, this has to get done. If this gets done, then this is what you receive. If this does not get done, then this is what you receive. Boom. Come back midweek, Don't forget this needs to get done. Come back when it's time for it to be done. Is it done? No? Okay, well, then this is what you receive. It's really that simple. And when you do that consistently, guess what? People take you serious. And the people in the future and the ones that you're communicating realize when they say this needs to get done, that's important. So that means I'm going to take this serious and I'm going to make it happen because I realize that they actually follow up. That is very simple. So why punish all of the employees simply because you're scared that some people are not going to get the importance of the task? No, start holding people accountable more, showing them that you mean business, and then don't punish everybody for that. Let everybody enjoy their lives. If they don't get it done, they don't get it done. And the consequences of whatever it is that comes with that comes with that. And they're grown and they know that. But all the hardworking people who stay at the store and work from like 12 in the morning all the way until 12, 2 days later, please don't tell me to come into work to listen to you talk about the red dress being put on the mannequin in the window. Please don't, because I won't be showing up. So yes. Yeah, I'm going to eat. That's right. You know I'm going to eat. I could not stand that. They was texting me. They were like, where are you at? Where are you at? I was like, at home, eating crawfish with sausage and potatoes and a shrimp boil. I'm not coming in. And, you know, it probably sounds bad to some people, but we have to remember that just like you have a target audience with your shoppers, you got a target audience with your employees as well. And so if you're wanting to attract top talent and top employees or top partners, you have to do top things. And something that is not a top thing is wasting people's time. That is not a top tier behavior. So you keep wasting people's time, you're going to keep having a high turnover rate and people who don't want to be there because it's a waste of my time and I need to make money and I'm not trying to be here like this. So anyone who is like, you know, you resonate with me on that, I need you to go ahead and think about the sales associate position that we have available. $25 per membership that you sell. And if you are in the sales industry, this is perfect for you. If you're not in the sales industry, we can provide a free training. However, we're looking for people who are already in the sales industry. But if you're not, we can provide you a free training to get you the skills so that you feel comfortable making the sales. But I'm looking for people who already know how to sell or have the eagerness and the drive to just go in there and get it done. Because again, I'm not micromanaging. I'm not watching. You're going to be the person to do that for yourself. And the only thing that I'm looking for is the codes that my assistant's going to send through to tell me how many people you brought so I can know how many $25 I need to send to you per month. So yeah, let's see what these comments have to say. Let's see what everybody's talking about tonight. And I will be pinning some of these introductions to the comments. So y'all keep introducing yourself, keep sharing with business owners. Also, we are going to take a brief commercial break because I want to announce the business that I'll be advertising for the rest of the month. It'll be very quick, but if you're someone that's trying to get your bags right, you're trying to get your finances correct, then this is where you need to be. So before we do the commercial break, though, let's go ahead and get into it. Happy Thursday, Shelly. Thank you for joining us. Thank you so much for sharing. I hope you're doing okay, taking care of yourself. I saw you said you shared from the hospital. I hope that you are not on this live and you ain't supposed to be on no live. I hope you're getting some rest. Because listen, y'all sharing from hospitals and cars and work calls and all kinds of stuff. And we just need y'all to make sure y'all are good first. Let's see. I am giving 20 tickets. Happy Thursday, MJ. Thank you for sharing. You now have 20 tickets as well. Let's see. Remember, when you share this live, you get 20 tickets. You earn a chance to win a prize. There you are. Okay. 20 tickets for Shelly. We got 20 tickets for MJ. Thank you for sharing, MJ. And don't forget, I also give tickets when you introduce yourself. Whether you're a seller or a shopper, just introduce yourself. If you're a shopper and you don't want to share the state you're based out of, you don't have to. But if you want to, let us know what state you're based out of and tell us what you like shopping for. And you're going to earn 20 tickets. Tonight's prize that we're going to be doing is we're going to have some special coupon codes available for everyone that's shopping. You're going to receive 50% off of all of our Boss hoodies for the entire month of July. The Boss hoodies are normally priced at $50. It's a huge, big, sparkly Boss letters on a hoodie of your choice. We have purple, we have black, and I think we have purple, black, a blue, a sweatshirt blue. So you'll be able to get those for $20 to $25. They range from size small all the way up to 5X. And that coupon code will be available for the 3 people that we call out on this live tonight, for the entire month. Okay, so let's see. Okay, got you, MJ. Good. Thank you, Lacole. Thanks for sharing. Thank you, Victoria. Thanks for sharing. I appreciate you. So that is 20 tickets. MJ, I see your introduction, 40 tickets. And I'm going to see what y'all are saying about what I said earlier. Okay, so Lacole said she did. I did for years. So you did work that retail life. So you understand what I'm talking about. When you're just making bags of money for people. And there's never going to be a day when they come to you and say, hey, you made $5,000 worth of sales this month on your own. Here's a little raise. Or, here's a little this. That's very rare, depending on what company you're working with. Normally, it's going to be based off of a lot of factors. And I don't know why it's so difficult, because at the end of the day, it's not difficult for me to bring this money in individually. So why is it difficult to make sure that I get paid more individually? Some people do receive raises. It is possible, but is it going to be a raise like $1, $2, $3? Not always. A lot of times you really have to go to bat and fight to get your employees raises. It feels like you're stepping on eggshells, or pulling teeth to get your team members raises. And I'm speaking as a store manager now, not as a sales associate, because there were many days when I was like, hey, this person makes money, this person's hardworking, this person's reliable, this person does this, we need to get them a raise. And it was like I was pulling teeth just to get that raise. And they're like, oh, the location you're at, you can't give them this much. They'll have to transfer somewhere else. So you're telling me, as an employee, I work hard, I bring in sales, I'm reliable. And you're telling me the only way you're going to pay me more is if I go drive to a different location. So now I got to spend more gas money in a different location. How is that incentive? I'm not saying that, you have to break your back to give people incentive, because some companies, maybe they can't afford it. But let's be creative and find something that really makes someone feel appreciated, because that right there, it's gonna make me think you crazy. So I just, I'm speaking for the employees at this point. Let's see. Hi, India. Thanks for joining. Welcome. And let's see who else shared. MJ said it's the face for me, because that's how I was feeling when I saw that text message. I said, no, I won't be in. I won't be in. I'm eating crawfish. Unnecessary meetings is a pet peeve. Also repeating myself. You're going to make me crash out on this live, MJ, because I'm having flashbacks. Oh, my goodness. Do you know how many times in retail I repeat myself? I know that when you're a leader and you have a lot of people on your team, or when you just talk and speak with a lot of people at once, it's hard to remember everything. It is. And that's why you have one of two things. You have a notepad where you take notes, or you have a recording where you play back that recording. Or let's even add a third one. You have an assistant, because you won't be able to remember everything. Because having people repeating the same thing over and over again, that's also another waste of time. I don't like repeating myself again either. If I didn't say something one time, you need to go ahead and take the notes, or you need to go listen to that recording, because I can't. No. Look, even my clients, my coaching clients, I'll be like, here's a recording. You're gonna get a recording. Let's get you some notes. Let's not repeat. Let's not revisit this, because each time you revisit something, you're repeating, you're wasting time. It's double work. So I'm totally with you, MJ. And yes, as Adriana said, I'm going to eat first. MJ talking about and is. Ooh. Okay. Let's see. Lacole said, mine is a district manager that can't manage and says, do this or do that. And then ask, do you think that would work? Oh my gosh. Yes. Or the ones that always try to have input on what needs to happen. And then when you ask them, how would you like that to get done? Or if you ask them, or if you say it's not realistic, and then they challenge you, but then when they go do it, they can't. I had one manager have the audacity to talk about me not moving fast enough in heels when I was stacking bags, purses, and book bags on a 12-foot ladder on top of bookshelves that could potentially fall down on a customer if it's not stacked properly. So yes, I'm taking my time. I'm in heels. I'm also helping customers and assisting and managing a store that makes over $3.5 billion. So I'm telling them, this is a lot of work. This is a bit much. No, it's not. It's not that hard. Da, da, da. I said, okay, why don't you get up there and do it? Yes, I said that. I try really hard to be. It was professional, but I did ask her. I said, why don't you try it? Because it's hard. She got up there. She was panting. She couldn't hold her breath all the way back down the 12-foot ladder. And she realized this is actually unrealistic for me to be expecting somebody to be hustling and running around with heels while they're putting bags and stuff on top of ceilings on 12-foot ladders. You know, amen. But I just can't get with people that try to give unrealistic standards and then they can't actually execute it themselves. Like, if you tell me to do something, please tell me that you know how to do it or you are able to do it yourself. Because if you're telling me that I need to, jump up and do a backflip down the aisle every time I greet the customer and then run and sprint back, please show me your best backflips. I need to see them. So that's something that'll get me too. I don't tell people to do stuff that I'm not going to be able to model myself. See what other pet peeves we got in here. Shelly said, the unnecessary of video calls get me and they demand to see your face. Oh, let me see. To tell us to take a break on time. Wait. Oh my God, that's a mess. See, I done phone calls. I ain't done mandatory video calls. I can't. Baby, no. I'm gonna have to put a picture on the screen. It's a lot. See, that is unnecessary. It is unnecessary because what's most important is, does everyone get the message? Does everyone do what they're supposed to do? It's just that simple. If they get the message, if they perform, great. Don't make them do that. Actually, me personally, I would request from my managers, let me have a list. The people who get their stuff done, these are the people that I feel like don't need to be on this call. These are the people that I feel like don't have to be on video camera because they get it done and they know what they're doing and we're good. People who I feel like are struggling in that area, okay, let me see you on camera. I need your help with this. I need to know you got this. But why do that to everybody when you have people who are performing? That's a waste of time. Let's see. Thank you for sharing, Leslie. 20 tickets for you as well. So we got Leslie 20 tickets, 40 tickets actually. We got Nicole sitting at 40 tickets, Shelly sitting at 40 tickets. Let's see what else we got over here. Victoria said, mine was the mandatory meeting and they say if you don't attend, you'll be let go. Whew, Lord. Yep, that's me too. I don't understand. Again, it shouldn't be mandatory if people are performing or if they know what they're doing. Why? It's a waste of time. And it's a waste of payroll. Who wants to pay people to sit and do nothing but stare at the screen and talk about stuff that they already perform well in? Let's see. Or someone that says, let's look at other solutions, but don't give an alternate but don't give an alternative solution. That is a good one. Yes, absolutely. Let's try something different. Okay, what do you have in mind? Because I've tried many and it's not working. I don't know. Okay. Well, this was a great talk. But right now in the moment, what we needed to get done in the moment, on the fly, as they would put it in retail, let's just have a solution that has been proven to work in the past, or let's just disregard and let's go move to the next mission and come back to this one. Because right now, everybody's clueless. So yes, I definitely get with that. And I also encourage people to be innovative, try to find solutions. However, when you're working in a corporate environment, there tend to be guidelines with those solutions. And so you have to really make sure you're doing things per guideline. And that's where you can't just go and do everything that you feel like or you think you want to do. So we do need to be specific about what expectations are, what are the limits to those expectations, and give some ideas. Like, I'm with you on that. And then Shelly said, and then gets mad when the calls get backed up. Yeah, that right there, double working your employees, and then also in the same breath telling them that they need to work harder to complete tasks or to take care of customers. Please make a choice. Do you want me to sit and do operational tasks that I have already proven I know and understand? Or do you want me to go and service the customers so we can bring in more money? Because if customers aren't serviced, we're making less money. Please make. And don't get me wrong, multitasking is great. And you do have to do it in a lot of jobs. And I've done it for most of my life. But if there's anything that I've been researching and understanding about highly successful people is that they focus in on quality over quantity. So although multitasking is great, it would probably be a lot better if we scheduled minimal meetings to discuss what needs to get done, right? Minimal. And then we focused in on customer service and we just let that be our thing. And we stop pulling workers away for task related stuff when they need to be helping customers to bring in more money and to increase reviews and bring people back. But that's just my experience and my where I'm at on this. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and share my screen because we are going to do a brief video and ad for a business that is listed in our directory. She actually won the prize on our previous show. Her name is Leslie. She's the founder of Leslie Speaks. And I'm going to go ahead and put her video on. I'll need everybody to let me know in the comments, though, if you're able to hear the video. Drop a heart. Give me some feedback. Hold on. So if you're ready to start your financial journey with Leslie Speaks, my inspiration for Leslie Speaks came from being around many different women in the working force and business entrepreneurs. A lot of time, moms do not have the support they need to carry out the day-to-day needs, and that's where Leslie Speaks comes in. We provide the necessary working support, financial resources to help those moms reach their financial goals, and also where they lack in financial literacy, Leslie Speaks also is there to help educate as well. We're dedicated to making sure moms increase their cash flow, we build our trust with them, and also we help them with their credit on their journey in reaching their goals. Our mission is to provide financial support to working businessmen and women. We fulfill that mission by providing financial resources and Leslie Speaks helps working women and moms in business with financial services like retirement planning and debt elimination. Free resources through our financial hub and community support via the Working Moms. Hello and welcome to our website. My name is Leslie Mahone and I am the CEO and founder of Leslie Speaks. Here we specialize in retirement planning such as fixed index annuities, debt elimination, life insurance, and financial consulting. So if you're ready to start your financial journey with Leslie Speaks, stay tuned to hear about what all we have to offer. My inspiration for Leslie Speaks came from being around many different women in the working force and business entrepreneurs. A lot of time, moms do not have the support they need to carry out the day-to-day needs, and that's where Leslie Speaks comes in. We provide the necessary working support, financial resources to help those moms reach their financial goals, and also where they lack in financial literacy, Leslie Speaks also is there to help educate as well. We're dedicated to making sure moms increase their cash flow, we build our trust with them, and also we help them with their credibility on their journey in reaching their financial goals. Our mission is to provide financial support to working businessmen in the U.S. We fulfill that mission by providing financial resources and services. Leslie Speaks helps working women and moms in business with financial services like retirement planning and debt elimination. Free resources through our financial hub and community support via the Working Mom Support Group. These tools empower women to achieve financial security and balance work with family life. Leslie Speaks has accomplished many things in 2024, and I'll name just a few. We've been interviewed on the Boss Babe Business Show several times.
We have our two ambassadors for the year of 2024. We started our debt elimination classes to help those who want to learn more about debt and also our program with debt elimination. And secondly, we have our free resources located on our website under our free hub. So where can you go and get free resources that can help you along with your financial journey? Leslie speaks. What to expect? I can't tell you about that one, but there will be a new class starting next year, a new Zoom class, retirement planning. So I'm excited for that. Also, we're going to be collaborating with other business owners. We're going to be traveling, photo shoots. We're going to also be doing interviews and interviewing the working moms and business women in our working mom support group. So there's so many things, and of course we're going to be getting interviewed and collaborating with other business owners. So stay tuned for what's to come. I'm so excited. Thank you for learning about Leslie Speaks. If you want to know more about our other products and services, please visit our website. And again, I am Leslie Mahone, and mommies, it's time for you to join us.
All right. Sorry for the echo, y'all. Okay, so that is Leslie Mahone, the founder of Leslie Speaks. Thank you for feedback, everyone. I figured out what it was, so I was able to get that fixed. Okay, so now that we have gone through that, we talked about the the income making opportunity for anyone that wants to make some extra money. If you know anyone else who might want to make some extra money, send them my way, because that's what we're about right now. And we'll always be about. So now that we have shared that, we're going to go ahead and move on to an opportunity that I have available. And this is for Georgia-based businesses. So if you are a Georgia-based business or you know a Georgia-based business, we have a new partnership available. So I am on a goal right now. I'm on a mission. Right now we have over 7.3 thousand views to our blog. Our blog alone. This is not including the website, the podcast, or any other stuff. And so this has been a really huge accomplishment because the goal was to get to 5,000 at one point. At one point, my goal was to get to 2,000. At one point, my goal was to get to 100 views. And now we're sitting at 7,000, 7.3K. So my goal is that by the end of the year, I'm working really, really hard and very, very diligently to try to get to 8,000 or 9,000 views. And I think that we're going to surpass that, but I would like to soar past that. And so what we're doing is for every state in the U.S., we're providing a free opportunity, a free business opportunity. Now, this is what you got to do. You have to go to info@bossbabeblog.com, email info@bossbabeblog.com, your business information, the state that you're based out of. Am I blurry, y'all, on the screen? I'm blurry. Okay, hold on. I don't know what that's about. Let's see. Hold on. Everything. Okay. Is that better? Okay, wonderful. Yes. All right, good. Yeah, I can't do the blurry. So, anyways, so yes, for every state out of the U.S., I'm providing an opportunity. Not only is this going to assist and, help with promoting the brands that are already listed in our directory, but this is also going to give everyone a networking opportunity. You might find someone in an industry that you've been looking for that's local in this challenge. And so what I want to do is for every state, we're taking 10 business professionals, and I'm going to collaborate with those 10 business professionals on a blog. This blog is going to be called 10 businesses that you can network with in the state of, and then it'll be whatever state. So it might be 10 Texas businesses that you can network with, 10 Georgia businesses you can network with, 10 California businesses you can network with. And so if you are already a member of our directory, you don't have to do anything to be a part of this collaboration except for say that you want to be a part of it by sending a message to the portal. Just say, hey, I want to be a part of this my state's collaboration once your state is announced. And that's it. So if you're a member of the directory, if you are not a member of the directory, you can become a member of the directory by doing this collaboration. We're going to send you a contract after you have emailed us info@bossbabeblog.com with the subject line collab in all caps, COLLAB, and then the business information and the state that you are based out of. Then we will do some research and we'll find out if your business aligns with our mission and what it is that we're looking for right now at this time. If we are, we're going to send you a contract to review. in this contract, it will be very easy. So all you're going to do is we're going to take your business information. We're going to put you on our website, and you're going to get like a free trial of our entry level membership, the Boss membership. So we're going to list your business in our directory. You'll be a member for 12 months. And then you're going to, in exchange, do something specific based off of the business that you're a part of, whether that be, let's say maybe you're in the clothing industry. And so we see some items that we know would do very well for our audience, or that I know I could wear on the Boss Babe Business Show or at an upcoming event. So then you may get a contract specifically stating, if you are able to provide this, this, and that, or this, then you are able to be listed directory for 12 months and use and have access to some or most of the membership benefits at the entry level. And so I'm doing this for every state in the U.S. If you are a member of the directory, again, you don't have to do anything. You can just say, I want to be on the blog for my state, and then you'll be placed on there. Most likely, if you're someone that's active in our community, you've probably already been placed on there. For example, right now, I'm looking for Georgia-based small businesses, and I'm looking for California-based small businesses, okay? And there are specific industries I'm looking for, so I'm just going to list off a couple of things, and if anybody knows of anyone that might want to be a part of this, then you can tell them to come on in and join. But all you got to do is go do exactly what I stated earlier. So let me pull this up so that y'all can see it. You can also go to the Facebook business page, Boss Babe blog, and you can see the opportunities there as well. Hold on. So it's a picture and it says Georgia businesses collab. It should be like a little peach on it. It's a real cute little picture. I don't know if it's actually, is it not on the business page? Let's see. Oh, okay. It's on the personal page. We got to get that on that business page too. So hold on, y'all. Let me find it. Dang, so many posts. I'm like, I know. Now I'm wondering if it's been taken down. Hopefully not. But that's what it's appearing to be. Let me see. Because I don't see it. Okay, I'm going to try one more attempt on my personal page. And if I don't, okay, here we go. So if you go to my personal page on Facebook, Katan Paul, and if you go to the business page on our Instagram, you're going to see this. We're looking for some sweet Southern Georgia businesses to collaborate with. The specific industries that we are actively or aggressively seeking at this time: makeup brands, wig or hair brands, wellness brands, nutrition brands, food brands, kids brands, kids authors, self-defense brands, decorating brands, jewelry brands, lingerie brands, feminine care brands, apparel brands, shoe brands, intimate brands, press-on nail brands, candle brands, therapy/counseling brands, and skincare brands. So if you know anyone that's in any of those industries and they are based out of Georgia or California, tag them to this live because they may be perfect for this upcoming partnership. Again, all they need to do is email us at info@bossbabeblog.com with a subject line saying collab, all caps. Within 2 to 8 business days, if they are a perfect match for our brand, we will be sending them a professional contract. They can review the contract, and if they want to claim the opportunity, sign away, and they will be added to the directory and receive a blog feature, have their website promoted, receive business support, some of the business support that you would receive as a Boss member, as well as website promo, and have your website promoted on our brand for 12 months. So if you know anyone that's in that specific industry that may be a great fit, make sure you send them our way, based out of California or Georgia. Those are the 2 states we're looking for right now. Once we fill those 2 states, we will then move to the next state, which will be Louisiana. So for anyone that's based out of Louisiana, you can kind of mentally prep and also tag people who might be interested in the future. But that's what we have going on right now. So again, If you know anyone based out of Georgia or California, send them our way. I would absolutely love to collaborate with them. And this is a limited time only. We only have, I said 10, but we only have 3 slots left because we already have 7 slots left because we already have 3 of those 7 filled for the blog feature. The first business that we have filled is MJ's Tees and Custom Designs. The second business that we have filled is Travel with MJ. The third business that we have filled is Leslie Speaks. So if you are wanting to bring someone else on or you think that will be great, we got 7 spots left. So just keep that in mind. And then we're moving on to the next state. We already filled up Texas and Georgia, and Georgia's next. All right. Oh, and California. So now that I've shared that, I've given everybody an opportunity to share, tag, or do whatever you need to do for anyone that you think would be great for this opportunity. We are going to go ahead and move on this evening. I shared the opportunity of the night. I have shared the income making opportunity for people that could be a sales associate for Boss Babe Blog or members who just want to make some extra money by using their referral code, which would usually be their name in all caps, but you will have already been sent your referral code. And then the last thing that I'm going to share is a free resource. And then we're going to get straight into our show this evening, interviewing one of the business owners that also happens to be listed in our directory. And let me go ahead and add these tickets. So we got Leslie sitting at 40 tickets, MJ sitting at 40 tickets, Shelly 40 tickets, Nicole 40 tickets, Victoria 40 tickets. Let me go back. I think I got everyone. Yes, I think I got everyone. If you share this live, make sure you let us know you shared in the comments. If you tagged your followers to this live, you're going to get an additional 50 tickets. So Victoria, we're going to go ahead and give you an additional 50 tickets, which is going to set you at 90 tickets. Anyone that tagged their followers will get additional 50 tickets. And then let's see. Okay, I got everybody. All right. So resource of the night. We're going to head on over to bossbabeblog.com. Ooh, that's tart. Over here sipping on grapefruit juice. It's good, but it's tart. All right. So we're going straight to the Boss Babe Lounge. And then we're going to click on resources. And underneath resources, we have our main resources. But the resource that I'm going to be sharing tonight is going to be the Ask Us. So here's a link to it for anyone that would like to check it out. But Ask Boss Babe Blog is an event that we will still be doing all the way until the end of the year. If you're someone that has questions and you want to get answers from multiple people, you want to get different perspectives, Ask Boss Babe Blog is a special event where you can submit a question and then have it answered on the blog. Of course, I'll answer it on the blog, but people will also answer it on our Facebook and on our actual blog platform and give you different perspective on that. Sometimes it's nice to just get feedback from someone that's unbiased or isn't a part of the situation. And sometimes it's nice to just hear someone else say what you already knew, get a soundboard pretty much. So if there's anyone out there that needs that or would like that, I am going to drop that in the comments for everybody to go check out later on their own time. All right. So now that I've shared the resource of the night, which is our Ask Boss Babe Blog event, we're going to go ahead and move into our interview. Tonight, we'll be interviewing a business owner that is listed in our directory. I'm going to go ahead and bring her on so you can learn all about her. And then we got to watch this snippet of us in this podcast cracking up because that was too funny. I can't get off the show without showing that. We're going to watch these podcast bloopers after this interview. Y'all.
Lord Jesus. Okay. I can't scroll past it without laughing.
Ooh, you know, you were strong. MJ, I got to give it to you. You were strong.
Thank you. I was working on it.
You were holding it together. You were holding it down for the team. Okay. We all failed you. We all failed you.
We all failed, but it was hard. It was hard, y'all. It was real hard. Real.
I was like, dang, she kept it together for a good like 10 seconds. And then it was downhill from there. Yeah. But hey, you held it down though. You did it. Ooh.
Right.
They can't say nothing about that. She was put together. Go back and watch that.
I was trying to be solid, man.
But now when I watch it, it makes me crack up even more. Like that video just has me laughing every single time. But okay. So MJ, welcome. Thank you for joining us this evening.
Thank you for having me.
I love the jewelry, by the way. The layers is so cute. And those are butterflies?
They are butterflies.
Oh my gosh. And they're sparkly and they're blue.
They are very blue.
That's your brand.
They are very blue. I love this set.
That is beautiful. That necklace is cute.
Thank you.
Where you get that necklace from?
Bling with Shell. Got the whole set from her.
Okay. She said got the whole set from her.
Y'all might want to go. I might want to go get that from her.
I know, right? I love Bling with Shell. She always has some cute stuff. We both rocking the butterflies tonight. That's crazy. But yeah,
this was not planned.
So,
this was not planned.
I know this was not planned, y'all. Shout out to Bling with Shell. So, MJ, can you please, for anyone that does not know you yet, share your Facebook and your Instagram and your Facebook groups that they can find you at before we start the interview?
Yes. So you can find me on, I'm going to start with Instagram first. You can find me on Instagram at _travel with MJ. On Facebook, we're going to talk about the community in a minute. So we're going to go with Facebook page at Travel with MJ. You can also find me on my personal page at Miriam Jackson. If you're wanting to see more of the person behind the brand, that's where you want to go.
Okay, wonderful. So now that we've shared that, can you please go ahead and let's get straight into learning about your business, your location. Where are you located out of?
Okay, so we are based out of the state of Georgia. Okay. Big GA.
Yes, Georgia business, please stand up. We need you in this next collab, so make sure y'all come on through.
Big GA.
And
we provide services for all 50 states.
Okay, perfect. So, based out of Georgia, providing services for all 50 states. I'm sorry, based out of Big GA.
Thank you.
And all right, and then can you please share 1 to 3 products for us tonight? So, what's the first product that you're sharing with us, and what's the benefit of it? The product or service. Right.
So the first info hub I'm going to share with you is going to be the Travel with MJ list. If you are not a part of the email list, you are missing out on so much. We are getting ready to go into our 10-day travel blitz that will be starting at the end of this month. Email list subscribers have first class access to that. You get travel tips. You get things that are going on in the industry that my Facebook family may not see yet, or they might see it later. The email list is going to be the first place that I'm going to go to drop that information. You might see some vacation packages that might not make it to my travel community, but you get more insight into my personal travel. I know that we will be doing more room tours so that you can see what these hotel rooms look like and what I look for in a hotel, what I look for in terms of customer service, things like that. But you really get close access to me as not only a business owner, but an individual, because outside of all of that, I'm still an individual. So I have to show that, yes, I'm a brand, but I still use my product. I travel. So I need the world to see that.
Okay. What's the next holiday that we have coming up?
Well, I'll be going out of town next week. I got a conference that I'm going to. But my next big travel holiday would be Thanksgiving, actually. Fall break for some people, some areas may not have a fall break for the kids. Fall break will be the next one. If not, Thanksgiving will be the next major one.
Okay. And then, so I'm thinking of 2 things. The first thing is for fall, people that are traveling, you have football games. If you're trying to go to events, you need to go ahead and get tickets and
like the festivals and stuff. I know Disney World does a Halloween type of thing for the month of October. So I know that's definitely something.
So there's another thing too. I know teachers. Well, I don't know. Are teachers back to school now? No, it's still
Not
summertime
yet.
for them.
Look, don't start talking about that right now.
Listen, I'm trying to
We
tell them early. Go ahead and get
we
y'all's little
we still
last
trying
minute
to enjoy the little bit of break we got. We didn't want.
baby. Some of y'all, I know some of y'all have not planned a break, have not done a vacation, have not gone outside. So I'm trying to make sure all these teachers, anyone that's getting ready to
Yeah,
go back,
teachers, y'all do need to get outside before the school year
yes.
starts. You right?
I'm trying to
You
prep
right.
them. You know, we trying to make sure they have a good vacation. That's all. So I'm thinking about this. I'm thinking about upcoming holidays. And then what is the next product or service that you want to showcase tonight?
The next info hub that I'm going to share is going to be MJ's Travel Community. Y'all, MJ's Travel Community is a vibe. It is a vibe. If you are not in the community, you must not enjoy laughing, because the people in my community are going to make you laugh. And we're not talking about no little cute laugh, no hee hee. No, we talking about some belly laughing, patting on the thigh type of laughing. Because the way that my community members are in the comments acting crazy, because they know it's a private group, and I've kind of allowed that. I've allowed them to be themselves. You know, the community is a second info hub for me. Yes, you get more in the email list, but the community will be the second place that you will see vacation packages, travel tips. I usually go live. A lot of different things. So the community will be another great place if you don't want to subscribe to the email list. You should want to subscribe to the email list, but if you don't, there's the community for you. If you just want to keep it strictly to Facebook.
Okay. So what I'm getting from this is people who are just really wanting the best of the deals, information, insight on all travels and updates. They need to head on over to that newsletter. But people who might be wanting an even deeper connection or experience with other people and networking and just having a good time and laughing, they may want to take it a next level further and join your travel community so they can be able to connect and interact.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And what's the price for both of those?
Both of those are free.
Okay, and we have some of your community members in the comments. Nicole said, and we do. And Shelly said, you get to act up.
Yes, yes, absolutely. You get to act
up.
You know, that's where the professionals let their hair down. They go in there, they laugh, they talk. We don't really talk about jobs like that in there. We just go in there and we laugh. We go in there and we laugh. It's really it's a laughing zone. If you're not in there, you don't want to laugh.
And you said something earlier that really stuck with me. It's about the private communities. There is definitely a different energy in a private community versus a public. There's nothing wrong with public communities because they are very beneficial depending on the type of community that you have. However, when it's a private community, it does provide a little bit more comfort for some people. So they do step out of their shell. So if you're someone that just likes to be, in a private community where you're getting to laugh and connect with other people like that, this is a great opportunity to do that and also learn about travel in the process. What is the next product or service that you're going to be presenting to us?
So the last service we're going to discuss this evening is actually going to be our personalized research experiences. This is where we start talking about some money. In the personalized research experiences, we get to sit down and customize a vacation specific to your needs. You have a budget that you want to keep within. If you have certain things that you need for your vacation, for example, if you need wheelchair access, we can provide wheelchair access. If you're renting a car, you need a car seat, we can, talk to the vendors that get you that information or get you that price. But it's very personalized. It's very much more of how can I take this off of your plate so that you can continue to be the best mom, dad, sister, brother, cousin, uncle that you can be to your family while getting that information and just being able to pack your bags and go when it's time to go. That's really what this is about, is making sure that everything is going as smoothly as possible and is personalized to your family. So the prices on that, they are tiered. So from 1 to 4 people, it's $30. From 5 to 9 people, it is $60. From 10 to 14 people, it is $100. and 15 people and above, it is 120. And that includes me looking at the trip, providing you with the quote, you processing your payment through me. And if you're having a big group, everybody in that group process their payments through me. So no, you're not collecting credit card information and trying to figure out who paid what. That's what I'm here for. We make sure that everything is going smoothly from the time that you start the booking process to the time that you return home and anything that happens in between. So you should definitely consider the personalized research experience if you are looking for something personalized.
Okay, I love that. Nicole said MJ is very hands-on and dedicated. From all the reviews that I've seen from people that enjoy your experience, I've heard that as well. So I think that it's a really cool thing to be able to have someone just take a huge burden off your shoulders and not have to worry about all this stuff. Because when you're traveling, whether it's for work or for personal, the last thing you want to be doing is trying to figure out the logistics that you thought you already figured out, get to the vacation or wherever the destination is, and still be having to do that. And then you mentioned something earlier that I think a lot of people might appreciate. If you're someone that does the group trips, the group traveling, you don't have to worry about, taking the funding from everybody, making sure, hey, you got to get this done by the deadline, because you have a travel professional who's going to make sure that gets done. And if it doesn't get done, it's not going to affect your trip. Because we talked about this in our previous show where I told you I had that friend who booked the vacation because people said they were going to show up. And then last said they weren't going to be able to show up after she asked it over and over again, are you going to be able to show up? Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
And so in the process of that, she wasn't able to get a full refund because the time frame, she wasn't told in advance, like, hey, we're not gonna be able to do this. So I think she missed out on a lot of money. And that was all her money, not theirs. So when you have a travel professional that scheduled all this, they're gonna make sure you're taken care of regardless, and they're gonna make sure your flight and everything else goes smoothly. So I love that. I really do.
Absolutely.
So now that we have talked about, because those kind of trips break friendships, baby. I ain't.
Listen, they break. Look, group trips is just about as bad as playing spades and dominoes, and you don't know how to play.
Girl, listen. Let me tell you something. The worst thing, not going to the trip and you have somebody spend their own money is crazy. But me personally, I'll be tired of you, even if I didn't spend my own money. If you committed to it and you said we're gonna do this, and then you don't communicate, and then you just flake on me, I'm already tired. I'm already ready for the next. Like, I'm not. Nope, we're not doing it.
Get somebody else to get somebody else to room with you.
Yeah, if I schedule this trip, this event, this outing, whatever it is we're supposed to be going out to do, and you cancel last minute, and I have planned, that's time and energy. So it's really nice that you take care of that for you. All right. So the next thing we're talking about is values. Can you please share one thing that your business raises awareness for or supports, and then tell us the backstory behind that?
So Travel with MJ really is really big on not only getting outside, but effectively communicating how you're getting outside. It's one thing to take a person's payment and say, okay, I'm done with you. It's a whole nother thing to be able to speak to that client for things that might be going on. Case in point, just this week, I was having a conversation with a client talking about a possible vaccination that they might have had to go through. I'd rather communicate that information to you than you say, oh, well, my travel advisor never said anything to me about that. And then you get in destination and you need a vaccination. You didn't get it because you didn't know about it. So we make sure we might communicate. I might over communicate, but I'd rather over communicate than not communicate enough, because over communicating is more of, okay, she cares. She wants to make sure that, we get all the information that we need, even if it was something that might have been spread falsely. I'd much rather you have that information and you make that decision than me say, oh, I can't, or I didn't get that information from my travel advisor. And then we start pounding tables because you didn't get that information from your travel advisor. No. So we are big on making sure that we communicate everything that we need to communicate to the clients. Even if the client feels like I'm a broken record, you're gonna hear it.
Yeah, that's the best kind. Shoot, you're hearing the same
I'd much rather be a broken record than mute.
Yeah, very much so. Very much so. And there's sometimes when those take money. So I appreciate that. I can appreciate that. So can you share one event that you are hosting or attending so people can come and network with you? And can you please tell them what they need to do in order to be able to be a part of it?
So the closest thing to an event right now would be the Travel with MJ's 10-day travel blitz. How do you get in? You got to subscribe to the Travel with MJ email list. It is free for you to join. It is free for you to get the vacation packages, but we also encourage you stay outside of the 10-day travel blitz. You get a lot of information. So that would be the closest thing to a networking event that I'm hosting at this time.
Okay, wonderful. So the next thing is, can you share one travel tip for people that are wanting to go out and travel and enjoy themselves?
Ooh, this one's gonna be based on what I saw this morning. If you are working with a travel advisor, ask questions. Ask questions. Number one question that I would ask if you had not heard from your travel advisor, had not gotten any documentation from your travel advisor, is, hey, can you send me my confirmation, please? Reason why I'm saying this is because there's a whole group out there. This lady scammed people out of thousands and thousands of dollars.
Woo!
And the clients made an anti community for this particular person. I'm not going to give them no type of kudos because they don't deserve it. They made a whole anti community off of this person because they got scammed out of their money and they were supposed to be going out of the country. There were clients talking about that they were in destination and they didn't have no reservation for them. There was clients that saying that they couldn't get their money back, so much so that they were getting ready to start going to the FTC on this person. Y'all, even if you decide not to work with me as your travel advisor, I would not advise that. But if you decide, hey, you want to give that business to your friend because you're loyal to your friend, that's cool. But ask the important questions, because if you're not asking the important questions, you get in destination and you're stuck. That's never the goal for anybody who is reputable. Keyword, anyone who is reputable. And everything is going great until one day it's not. You can't play with anybody when it comes to your coins. Look, I understand. Hey, I'm sending confirmations. I'm sending tracking. I'm sending, payment history. I want you to see this information, but not everybody is built like me. So please, if you decide not to work with Travel with MJ, or if you decide that you want to, work with another travel advisor, make sure that you are asking the questions. Make sure that you get the documentation that you need in hand. Make sure that you have that information, because if you don't, you can find yourself in that situation, and it's not very hard. It's very easy to find yourself in that situation, especially when you're dealing with somebody that you have never interacted with in terms of handing money. Now, my clients know, and trust me, that they put that information into my hands. I'm going to do what I need to do. I'm going to make sure that they have their confirmations. I'm going to make sure that their money, that the price that they put down matches what I have on this payment tracker. And if it doesn't, we need to be figuring out why.
Yeah.
Not everybody is built that way. So if you're going to work with somebody who is not me, make sure that you have confirmations in your hand. Make sure that you have, if you got to call supplier.
Shirley talking about Inspector Gadget is on it.
Right. Like, call supplier. Oh yeah. And will. Like, well, call supplier. Do what you got to do to make sure that, hey, this person who I trusted with thousands of dollars of mine that I worked hard for actually put it towards my vacation and didn't put it towards their vacation.
Yep.
Craziness, man.
Yeah, that's a good tip. I mean, you do need to have your information. You need to know exactly who you talk to. and what they promised you, how much the costs were, all that stuff. And most importantly, like you said, do your research before you start spending money with them, because you could be dealing with somebody who doesn't have any intention of following through, following up, or completing the service for you. And that's a very important thing. I know, sometimes people have given me a hard time, well, a hard time in their eyes, because I don't care. But in the past, I have seen how, fraud has really affected people. And that's why I'm so serious on disclaimers and communication. That's why even in our communities, some people might feel like, oh, why do you have to tell people that? When I say, if they're not in the directory, I have not, this is not a business that is verified in the directory. They're not verified. Shop at your own risk. What does that mean? You need to go do your research, because I am not doing any, and I have not done any.
Right.
I smile or I like a post or I say that's cute doesn't mean that I shop with them or I know who they are. So that, because social media is just that, it's social media. So I'm totally behind you when it comes to that. I've had business owners, try to give me a hard time. Oh, why do I have to do all this just to get inside of the community? Or I have to answer a billion questions. First of all, it's 3 questions.
Right. Because Facebook only allows you 3. Chill out.
Yeah. So, okay. It's not an application.
It's about a million questions. Facebook only allows you 3. Thank you.
3. Thank you. And agree to the rules. That's it. And, you have to ask these questions. You have to. You need to see if you're getting real responses. Are they able to complete sentences? Everybody is not a scammer who can't complete a sentence, but I'm going to tell you right now, I'm most likely picking the person who completes a sentence over the one that doesn't. Now, I'm not saying that your grammar has to be perfect, because we are not in school. So if there's some things you say that are not perfect, I'm not looking at that and saying, oh, she didn't say this the right way. Because there's things that I say that aren't grammatically, whatever that word is. I'm going to get a tongue twister if I try to say it. But if they're not correct. So, I'm not going to be the one to tell somebody else, oh, you didn't say this right. There's always things we can learn. However,
I'm a whole English professor out here.
But if I ask you, what business are you promoting and what service you provide, and you say,
Scamology 101.
Promote cars, car show. I don't know what the hell that. Excuse me. I don't know what that.
Scamology 101.
We're gonna keep that language for Boss Lady Night, but I don't know what.
Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord.
Can we run it back? Can we cut take 2? No.
Cut take 2.
All right. So listen, I don't know what the heck that means. Promote cars, car show. I'm assuming that means that you promote cars and you have a car show. Are you in a car show? What are you? Do you want to show a car? So if I see that versus someone that says, I sell cars and I also flip cars and I am the owner of a car show based in Texas. Who do you think I'm going to be telling my community to look at?
Right.
So just, see how far people go to communicate, because communication is also a big way to tell if somebody's a scam. So I'm with you on that tip.
Oh yeah. Like I just said, I over communicate. I tell my clients, hey, your transportation ride is going to have on this color shirt and this color vehicle. If you don't see them, don't get in there.
Okay. Look, like those Ubers and Lyfts, so many news stories about people not being able to come back home after that. You need to check those license plates. You need to check that color. You need to check the driver. If the driver says Joshua and Joshua is a white male with red hair, and you get in that car and it is a black woman with blue eyes or white hair, whatever you want to call it, it ain't Joshua. You need to get up out.
You don't even need to get in the first place.
And don't get me wrong, some of these places people do switch. They swap, like they might tell their friend or their brother, hey, can you run this ride for me? And that is the case sometimes where it's legitimate. But do you know if it's legitimate? And are you going to guess with your life? No. Right. Get up out the car. This isn't the person who's supposed to be here. Report it if you need to, if you feel uncomfortable, or just get you a whole new ride, 1 of the 2. But watch it all.
It's just, and to be completely fair, and I'm stay on this soapbox for a very short amount of time. Being a travel advisor is one of the hardest things to do, because you have to build that trust. You had people who have been scammed, who have lost money, and you have to come in as a reputable travel advisor and put these clients' minds to ease after they have been scammed, after they have lost money, after they have lost time, after somebody said this and didn't deliver. It's not one of those things that you can't just pick up and say, oh, well, she took $3,000 away from me, but that's still my friend. I'm still shop with
her. Exactly. That's a lot of money.
You be boo-boo the fool if you do that. But when you find somebody outside of that, and this is why I'm grateful to all of my clients here, because they've not only worked with me, they referred people to me. Those people who have been referred to me, have seen how I work. There's I love how you work. You do this, you do that. You're very direct with the people. This is what you say. This is what you mean. This is what you're looking for. You give details. So, like I said, if you're not working with me and you decide to work with another travel advisor, make sure that your money is going to where it's supposed to be going. Because my clients can tell you where they can look on their credit card statement, and that line is gonna say whatever it's supposed to say. I'm verbal, I'm vocal, I'm true with mine. I was like, whatever is coming out is going straight to supplier. The only thing that comes from me is my research experience fees. That's it. I don't want your money like that. I promise I don't want
it. Okay, we want you to have a good vacation.
I can't afford to go to jail behind that. No.
Well, thank you for the tip and the reminder on safety and credibility, MJ. And we love the fact that, that's something that you value in your business. As we can see, you have a lot of great feedback about about your experiences. Nicole has said how she feels about your community. Shelly has also talked about it, and they talked about how dedicated you are, and hands-on you are. So the last thing I want to ask you is, what is one inspirational message that you would like to leave with the audience?
One inspirational message I'm going to leave with the audience this evening. I got to stick with it. One inspirational message I'm going to leave with the audience this evening is to continue to be yourself. Continue to be the best you that you can be. You can be down, but don't be out. It's okay to take a break. It's not okay to quit. So when you're doing things authentically, you'll get more people than if you are copying somebody else. There is nobody else that can be me, and you should not try. Me, I'm going to be me regardless. I'm not going to change up for nobody. Continue to be yourself. Continue to be yourself. That's what I got.
I love that. I appreciate that message, MJ. Thank you for joining us tonight on the show. And you have a wonderful evening, and stay tuned to find out who wins this prize.
Thank you. Have a great night.
You're welcome. You too. All right. So I've removed MJ from the stage, but we are still going to find out who's won this prize. And you're going to see her again on these bloopers that I'm about to pull up. So let's start with this prize. We got Victoria, Leslie, MJ, Nicole, Shelly. Let's see who has won. Shelly, congratulations, Shelly. Drop an emoji in the comments and let us know that you are present. And then let's see. We are going to go ahead and pull up MJ's. Let's see. We're going to do, let's do these bloopers because these bloopers are hilarious. Okay, y'all. So let's get into these podcast bloopers. Somebody please tag Leslie and Nicole. Make sure they're here to watch this because we about to crack up together. Okay, Nicole is here. Good. All right, so let me see. I'm gonna go pull up the page. Let's pull up the video. And here we go. Oh, hold on, let me pause the video. I'm laughing. I ain't been seen it yet and I'm laughing already. All right, let me restart this video and I'm going to share it with everyone. Okay, so here are the bloopers from our podcast that we previously did, everyone. I'm going to speed up the rest of the night because we do have to, I have to go ahead and hop off and get some work. However, Shelly, let me remind you what you've won this evening. So this evening, you're going to get a special coupon code that's going to provide you with 50% off of all of our Boss sweatshirts and hoodies on our website for the entire month. So you can use it as little or as many times as you like if you want to get gifts for people, whatever the case may be. But it's 50% off. The hoodies are normally $40. It's going to come down to $20 for you when you use this coupon code. Now that we've shared that, let's go ahead and share these bloopers from our previous podcasts, which they all will be launching soon, guys. Thank you so much for your patience. I did get someone who asked about one of the podcasts, and we're going to have them up. It's so many of them that have to be launched at once. We have the podcast with MJ and I talking about saying no and how to say no professionally. We have a podcast with MJ, Nicole, Leslie, and myself. We have another podcast, I believe, with Nicole and I. We have another podcast where I've interviewed Kenitra by herself. We have another podcast where I've interviewed Kiera, Rebecca, our two newest members, and Kenitra as well on the Juneteenth event. We have another podcast where I've interviewed Ade, a tailor in Texas. And we have another podcast where I've interviewed Lisa, one of our newest business owners who is an author, a children's author. So as you can see, we got a lot of podcasts. So they will be launched and everyone will get notifications as soon as they have launched. As you all know, we've already surpassed 6,000 downloads to our podcast. So we're looking forward to seeing even more being taken advantage of. And most likely they'll all be launched on the same day or within the same week. So it'll be a great time. You can go and check out all the interviews at once and you're going to love it. Okay, here we go. Let me share my screen real quick so y'all can see this. Let's laugh together. All right, can y'all tell me if you can hear this? Ooh. Hello, everyone. My name is Katana. I don't want to spoil it. Can y'all hear that? Let's pull it together. Can somebody let me know in the comments were you able to hear it? I don't want to be playing it and it's not working. Okay, perfect. Thank you, Nicole. All right, start over. Here it goes, y'all. Ooh. Hello, everyone. My name is Katana. Let's pull it together. I don't think I can look at the screen. I don't think I can look at y'all while I'm doing this because Leslie, the facial expression your face is killing me. You look like you in pain.
Look, if only some of these could be kept for bloopers, this would be hilarious.
Okay, let me stop looking like I'm
over.
I'm smiling too hard. Because I'm trying to hold it in.
Ooh, Lord. Okay, all right, here we go. Here we go. Hello, everyone. Welcome to BossBabeBlog.com. Oh, I was going after that. Hello.
Now, you know you couldn't go back into recording after that and expect us to have a straight face.
I really thought.
You thought you had a friend, huh?
Everybody was like, that was not going to work.
Like
Look, all had
All these be kept for bloopers, man.
oh, Lord. Okay, we're going to try again. All right.
Okay.
Okay, Lord. Take 3, take 4. Ooh.
Yeah.
All right. I got this. The Boss Babe Blog Podcast. I've been doing this for a minute. Here we go. Let's do this. Let's try this again. Nicole in the background talking about take 10. So there y'all have it. Those are some of the podcast bloopers. I'm gonna try to make sure we get some more. But oh, that was too funny. The entire recording was funny. It made me cry. I was crying laughing. I could not keep it together. MJ and who was it? Leslie. Man, I couldn't keep it together. I was trying. I failed. So I didn't do bad the next podcast around though. I was able to hold it together. So hopefully we won't have too many of these giggle-lot issues. But yes, that's probably going to be my new nickname, Sir Giggle-lot, on these podcasts. But all right, I will talk to everyone soon. Thank you all so much for joining us. Thank you for watching the Boss Babe Business Show. Thank you for your tags. We appreciate you all. And I do want to make sure I remind everyone that right now I'm filling a blog feature for California-based businesses and Georgia-based businesses. So I only have 7 spots available left for the Georgia-based businesses, and I only have 7 spots available left for the California businesses. Once I get those two businesses filled, or those 2 states, I am then moving to Louisiana businesses. So the industries that I'm looking for, I will share it one last time. I'm looking for, hold on. I'm looking for people in, I'm looking for makeup brands, wig or hair brands, lip gloss brands, wellness brands, nutrition brands, food brands, kids author brands, self-defense brands, decorating brands, jewelry brands, lingerie brands, feminine care brands, apparel brands, shoe brands, intimate brands, press-on nail brands, candle brands, therapy and counseling brands, and skincare brands. Any of those brands that are based out of California or Georgia. Right now, for the first collaboration, at Georgia, we have Travel with MJ, MJ's Teas and Custom Designs, as well as Leslie Speaks. For the California-based part of the feature, we have Shelly's Tupperware, Avon with Shelly, and Bling with Shell. So if you are looking to be a part of that, make sure you take advantage ASAP. All right. Thank you, everyone, so much for watching. Have an amazing evening. The message that I want to leave everyone with is, even in the moments where you feel stressed out, take a deep breath, reset, and refocus. And make sure that you consistently go places where you are celebrated, appreciated, and respected the way that you deserve to be. And if you are ever in a situation, whether it be a friendship, a relationship, a business partnership, anything, working relationship, corporate, whatever, if you're in a place where you don't feel like you're being treated the way that you deserve to be treated, or you don't feel like you're appreciated, level up. It's time to move to somewhere else. And it's time to hold people accountable so that they know that they cannot just treat you any kind of way, and they need to appreciate your presence when you are there. So keep that in mind. Don't ever walk into any place and be okay with people not appreciating you, honoring you, and celebrating you the way that you deserve to be celebrated. This message has helped me in so many areas of my life. And so if there's any area of your life where you're feeling like you're not getting what you would like, I challenge you to challenge other people to rise to the occasion. Because when you challenge other people to elevate, it's going to do one of 2 things. It's going to help eliminate them from your life faster because they are unable or unwilling, and you need to accept whichever one that is and move forward. Or it's going to give you an opportunity to see a better side of them, a different side of them, where they level up themselves because they love you and they value you and they want to be a part of your life that bad that they're going to work on themselves quickly and intentionally so that you can stay in their life. Yes, fireworks, that's right. So have an amazing weekend and keep that in mind as you rest and relax for the weekend. And we'll come back next Thursday and talk again about some small businesses. If you haven't been interviewed on our show, now's the time to join. If you have been interviewed, but you just need to come back and, remind everybody what you're about and what you're doing, come on back. Have a great night, everyone. And thank you so much for watching the Boss Babe Business Show.